Welcome back. It is Friday, August 23rd in the MLB. Our five best bets are on the way. It is Austin, joined by Logan. Let's recap yesterday. Another winning day. Make that 4 straight in a row. I had Rockies Nationals over 8.5. Logan and I are both rocking some Nationals gear because they pretty much carried us on their backs. Logan had Guardians Yankees under 8.5. A little sweaty, but we cashed out that. Thanks for the Guardians for the big 1 hit, 0 runs. We love that. Our parlay of the day lost because the Orioles could not get us 2 runs. Still triggered. If you want a free lock of the day, Orioles will be scoring 2. We will not have it involved in anything today, but they will score 2. Logan and I know that for a fact. But hey, a 4th straight winning day. We love to see that. Now there are some good things going on the channel. Not only are we on a 4-day winning streak, college football is back week 0. Our best bets video will drop around 12 p.m. Eastern time. Might even do a premiere for the video, so go check it out. We recorded it late last night. Go check out the college football video. It should be live at 12 p.m. Eastern time, noon. Hey, we're amped out. College football is back. Let's dive into the picks though today. As always, if you ever need any sportsbook sign-up bonuses, things like that, use those details and links down below. Speaking of links down below, the top link down there, or maybe the second link below the breakdown video, which I posted right before this one, is our parlay of the day. We did 2 straight prior to yesterday. The Orioles wrecked us. That's okay. Tough. We take it on the chin. We bounce back. And we're coming out with another winner. It'll be our final parlay of the day for the week. We do them every Monday through Friday. Like I said, it'll be linked down below in the pinned comment and, of course, down below in the description and at the end of the video. We think we know what we're cooking up with today. I think it should be plus 115. So some decent value to close out the week. If you want to tail it, go check it out. It should be there live around 9:30, 10 a.m. Eastern time. But Logan, we each have 2 picks today, and I figure we'll let you lead things off. You have a money line pick, a late night one. Where are you going for that?
Yeah, it's a ballpark we're familiar with. Taking the San Diego Padres on the money line, minus 134 odds on FanDuel is your best value there. Now, it is a little juiced, but Austin and I both like the Padres tonight. It's kind of rare that we both see eye to eye on a money line. So for what it's worth, Austin and Logan see eye to eye on this one, and we think the Padres are going to get it done. Slightly more juice than I normally like, but I still like it. If your book has a minus 140, sure, go ahead and lay the juice. The Padres will get the win for us tonight. Joe Musgrove makes his third start back from injury in his first 2 starts. He went 4 1/3 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, and also 4 1/3 innings pitched, 1 earned run. So some solid signs from Musgrove back from injury. Obviously, earlier in the season, he was unbackable. For whatever reason, he just did not have it, partially because of injury. But he's likely still on a pitch count in maybe the low 80s. That's what we were reading. So I think still Musgrove's liable to come out and have a solid outing. I mean, lower pitch count's fine. Musgrove's last 2 outings versus the Mets, 7 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, and 6 innings pitched, 0 earned runs. So 2 shutouts in there. And I also will never, ever forget Musgrove's outing against the Mets in the playoffs. The famous ear touch game for Musgrove. He absolutely cooked the Mets. The Mets batters versus Musgrove don't have good splits versus him either. If you look at the splits, Winker 2 for 13, 154. McNeil 2 for 12, 167. Nimmo 0 for 12, never got a hit off of him. Taylor 0 for 3, Alvarez 0 for 2. Lindor, Alonso, Iglesias are the 3 guys that have decent splits in the 300s versus Musgrove. But I still think if you're looking at this lineup top to bottom, he should actually have his way with them. Yesterday, the Mets received 2 hits from Lindor, Vientos, Alonso, Winker, Iglesias, McNeil, and Taylor. 17 hits as a team. I think that's hard to duplicate. I just know baseball's a law of averages game. One day you're getting the hits, the next day you're not. I still trust Joe Musgrove. Actually, I've opened Twitter, and I see the world disrespecting him. I think that's when Joe Musgrove pitches the best. And then we look at Paul Blackburn starting for the Mets today. 4.19 ERA, 1.19 whip for Paul Blackburn. I still think the Padres are going to get to him because if you look at Paul Blackburn, this might be the pitcher with the softest schedule I've seen all season long. I mean, look at his last 7 starts. They were against the Marlins twice, the A's, the Rockies, and the Angels twice, and the Mariners. I mean, those are some of the absolute worst offenses in baseball. So, I mean, he's had solid-ish numbers with some of those starts, but I mean, the Padres at home are a different test. I think they're more than capable of getting to Paul Blackburn. On the road, Blackburn's ERA is a 5.59 compared to a 2.75 at home. In the last 14 days versus righties, Padres have been a good offense. 12th in average, 13th in OPS, 11th in WRC+. This is nearly a top 10 offense against righties. I think they get to Paul Blackburn today. And then we go to the bullpens. Last 14 days, Mets 22nd in bullpen ERA. Padres 12th in bullpen ERA. Advantage Padres. Obviously, their bullpen didn't do a whole lot of anything yesterday. I still think they're liable to have a better outing tonight. Mets have now won all 4 games against the Padres this season. That streak ends tonight in Petco Park. Give me the Padres on the money line. Love that as my first pick of the day. But Austin, you got another one. Where are you going?
Yeah, I mean, you talked about it. We both really like the Padres. They're coming through for us tonight. Now, I have a game pick, my only one in the video. I'll have another pick after it in a little bit. I'm going to Cubs and Marlins. I'm taking the under 8.5, -115 on Bet365. Now, I understand the main get back here is going to be Austin. Marlins overs at home are the things that keeps on printing, and that's true. Marlins overs home have been the best bet in baseball. They've hit at a 72% clip. That's going to go down a little bit today. They'll go over tomorrow. And I'll be on the over maybe tomorrow. But let's talk about this game. Now we have Kyle Hendricks versus Max Meyer. Now you might look at this one and see these 2 ERAs. It might look like the easiest over on the board. Not so fast, as Lee Corso likes to say. Kyle Hendricks is starting, obviously 6.35 ERA and a 1.42 whip. His numbers much earlier on in the season were terrible. But what has he done lately for me? Obviously, baseball is a 162-game sport. There's tons of games. There's tons of months that go by. He's been decent lately. Last 3 starts, 3, 2, and 1 earned runs. And the Marlins have not been a team. We've talked about them really good against lefties. Tomorrow they'll face Shota Imanaga. I imagine they score there for fun. But against righties, they haven't been as good. Last 3 righties, 0, 1, and 4 earned runs. We're able to get to 5. But talk about Luis Severino. He threw a shutout for 9 innings. Sometimes they can roll over on soft ground balls. And that's exactly what Hendricks does. If he's cooking, it's because he's getting that soft contact. He can get some double plays. He can get just out of innings. He can just make innings look like easy, 10-pitch innings and stuff like that. I think he could do that today. On the flip side, Max Meyer will start for the Marlins. If you look at his numbers, 5.58 ERA and 1.36 whip. You might be like, Austin, we're taking it under with these 2 bums on the mound? Yeah, we are. Now, Max Meyer, you look at his last 4 starts, 4, 6, 4, and 4 earned runs. You put up his 5th start, 3 earned runs. So one could say he is due a good start, but that's not the only reason here. Like Blackburn, well, unlike Blackburn, Max Meyer's faced a very tough schedule. His last 4 teams, Braves, Reds, Padres, and Mets. 4 very good offenses. Today, he gets the Chicago Cubs. Last 2 weeks, first righties, Chicago, 22nd in batting average, 21st in OPS, 21st in WRC+. Do I think Max Meyer's great? No, but his earned runs line is 2.5, juiced on the under, a line he's over in 5 straight starts. And you look at his underlying metrics, they're not good, I know that. But he's 82nd percentile in ground ball percentage, so if he can keep the ball on the ground, make the Cubs consistently get singles, doubles, and all that stuff instead of like a 2 or 3 run home run, I like our chances. And one of the biggest things I like, Max Meyer throws a ton of sliders. 43% of the time he's throwing a slider, nearly 50%. Here's the Cubs' expected batting average versus sliders this season. Ian Happ, likely leadoff, 174. Horner, 266. Suzuki, 199. Paredes, 209. Michael Busch, 137. Bellinger, 218. PCA, 179. And Swanson, 268. I pretty much just listed their whole lineup. Not a lot of them are swinging hot bats against sliders. He can pepper the slider in there, get them to roll over on some soft ground balls, maybe get some double plays and things like that. I like our chances. Then we get to the bullpen. Last 2 weeks, Miami, 28th in bullpen ERA. Chicago's 14th. Look, 14th. Chicago, we've talked about them in the breakdown. They've had a pretty good bullpen since the All-Star break. Now, Miami had a good bullpen. Then they went into that Padres series, and that at the end of games where they're giving up, their bullpen was giving up 4 or 5 earned runs. That's kind of inflated their numbers. They've been much better over the last week or so than the 28th suggests over the last 2 weeks. So I really like this under. Cubs Marlins under 8.5. Might seem sketch, but it's my favorite game pick of the day. But Logan, you got a first 5 pick for the people. Where you headed?
Yeah, for mine, it's going to be in the first 5 innings, and it's going to be the Blue Jays' first 5 innings run line, -0.5, -120 odds on BetMGM is your best value there. I've kind of steered clear of first 5s for a lot of this season because I've just had terrible luck in them, but this is one I just couldn't resist. We need the Blue Jays to be leading by at least 1 through 5 innings. I think they'll come through for us today. Obviously, you could take the first 5 money line for a push, but there ain't no value there, so good luck on that. Chris Bassett starts for the Jays, 4.34 ERA, 1.44 whip. Bassett, if you're doing some line reading, you're doing some prop line reading, you're going to see something weird there. Bassett has a 1.5 earned run line, juiced to the over, obviously, but he's over that line in 8 straight starts, and it's not even close. Like, he's soaring over that line. So to see it at the 1.5, I mean, Austin can agree, that's weird. for a pitcher like him that hasn't pitched well at home either this season. Seeing a juiced Jays first 5 lets me know just how bad the Angels offense is, considering the Jays have lost 5 of Bassett's last 6 starts. You look at what I mean by juiced, go on FanDuel. FanDuel is notorious for worse value, but the Blue Jays first 5 minus 1.5 run line is only plus 126 odds on FanDuel when we're recording this, and I think that's telling. I mean, they're not really even giving you good money on an alt first 5 run line. So again, that's the game flow of this one should probably lean Blue Jays pretty heavily. Bassett is still a veteran with a large pitch mix. I think he'll keep the Angels kind of off balance. I think he'll keep these hitters guessing. And over the last 14 days versus righties, this Angels offense is one you can certainly fade. 30th, dead last in batting average, only 186, not even hitting 200. 29th in OPS, 29th in WRC plus. So here they are, near dead last in most statistical categories versus righties. I think Bassett has a really solid outing. Again, that 1.5 earned run line, his outs line at like 17.5, juiced over on that. A lot of telling factors there. It's kind of like what I just said about Garrett Cole yesterday. And then on the other side, it's going to be Jack Kochanowicz starting for the Angels. 6.53 ERA, 1.65 WHIP. I mean, the WHIP pretty high, ERA high. And what if I told you his expected ERA is actually even higher at a 6.76? His expected batting average is a 312. No statistical metric will be favorable. You can even search for Jack Kochanowicz. The opponent has covered the first 5 run line in 3 of 4 Kochanowicz starts. The only team not to was the team on my shirt, the team that helped us yesterday. Yeah, the Washington Nationals. I mean, they're a bad offense, so I mean, it makes sense that maybe they wouldn't cover that first 5 run line. But again, I don't think the books really know how to price this guy. I think he's just absolutely terrible. Kochanowicz allowing a 316 batting average to righties, a 366 batting average to lefties. It's getting hit from both sides of the plate. And with runners in scoring position, he's allowing a 316 batting average. I think this guy just flat out is terrible. I will gladly fade him. And over the last 14 days versus righties, Toronto 13th in batting average, 3rd in OPS, 2nd in WRC plus. This offense is finally starting to piece it together against righties. Finally starting to be a team that I can sort of trust. Give me the Blue Jays on the first 5 innings run line. I just think they're flat out have the pitching advantage, and whatever happens in the bullpen can happen there. Love this as my second best bet of the day. But Austin, close out the video. What you rolling with?
We got a final player prop to end the video. Yesterday it would have been on the card. The only issue was he did not play. Now it shouldn't be a big surprise. We're rolling with the wagon, arguably one of the best bets in sports, and that would be Bobby Witt Jr. of the Kansas City Royals, over 1.5 bases. You can currently get that at minus 130 on Bet365. I'd honestly play it to minus 150. I think it should be minus 1,200. That's how confident I am at Bobby absolutely delivering 2+ bags for us. They don't call him Bobby 2 bags for nothing. Now, obviously, he didn't play yesterday. And FanDuel, don't even bother. They actually have minus 170. That's criminal. But Bobby extended his hitting streak on Wednesday to 10 straight games. He did have the day off yesterday. But when Bobby's at home and you give me a reasonable line around minus 130, I'm going to play. Why? Because, well, he's batting 404 at home. He's also facing a righty where she's batting 351 against righties this season with a 1.037 OPS. I mean, the 1.037 OPS is not too far off from what Aaron Judge is doing this season. I mean, if it weren't for Aaron Judge, Bobby Witt Jr. would, I feel like, getting so much more praise. The problem with is Aaron Judge in the biggest market, followed by Juan Soto. Those guys are getting so much love, but Bobby's still getting his love, but he has been insane this season. Say he'll face Taijuan Walker of the Phillies. He has never faced Walker, so nothing we can do there, but Walker allowing a 270 batting average to right-handed batters. Of the 30 hits he's allowed to righties this year, 12 of them have gone for extra base hits, so nearly 50% of them. And Walker, first percentile in barrel percentage and hard hit percentage. Facing a guy like Bobby, I mean, sure, he could walk him, but Vinny Pasquantino's right behind him, and he's swinging a hot bat, and then Salvador Perez is behind him, and Bobby's also not a high walk guy. So it's like, well, good luck, Mr. Taijuan Walker. And Bobby, like I said, Bobby's going to swing at pitches if they're in the zone early and often. Walker throws 2 main pitches to righties, 37% sinker, 29% sweeper. Bobby's batting averages versus right-handed pitches of that caliber, 391 to the sinker and 379 to the sweeper. Bobby's best and highest slugging percentage for a pitch is the sweeper. So all that to say, good luck, Taijuan Walker. I think Bobby Wood Jr. has a couple balls off his bat that go 100 plus miles per hour. We hope that one finds the gap, or if he wants to send one down the line, if he wants to send one to the bleachers, cool for all the different outcomes. And then let's say he can't get it done on Taijuan Walker. We'll get to the Phillies bullpen, which hasn't been, the best of the best over the last month or two. So look, Bobby 2+ bases. We're rolling with him once again at -130. I really think he comes through for us once again. So those are 5 favorite picks of the day. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully we can get a 5th straight winning day. That would be electric. And hopefully we go 5-0. We'll certainly do a sweep. If you want to check out our parlay of the day, that'll be live soon. I'll link it on the screen. If you want to check out the breakdown video, I'll link that on the screen. It's already live. And if you want to check out some YouTube shorts, I'll link those on the screen for a little bit. But soon the college football video will be live at 12 p.m. Eastern time, which I will link on this video on the screen once it is live. You guys have a wonderful Friday, and we'll see you guys back again bright and early Saturday morning. See you guys then. Peace.